My name is Michael McGuire. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm 35 years old, and I am also the mighty hermit of the woods. I'm the chair of the Hopscotch Hip Hop Festival. I rap, I produce, I do all kinds of fun things. I also teach. I teach at Mount St. Vincent in cultural studies. I do music and culture, history of rock and roll, things like that. When I'm not there, I also do lectures and workshops about hip-hop culture, social justice issues in hip-hop, writing, especially like poetry, and I bring kind of hip-hop into that. So yeah, I try and stay busy kind of on an educational tip and writing and, you know, making music and keeping it all kind of as close to the center as I can. What drew me to hip-hop initially was that it was completely different from anything I had actually listened to before. Growing up, I listened to a lot of stuff from the 50s and like, you know, pop music from the 60s, things like that, and Weird Al. I listened to a lot of Weird Al when I was young. Rap came along and it was something completely different. You know, it had beats and the way lyrics came out were completely different. It wasn't sung, it was, you know, a little more powerful, and it felt like this was something that was closer to my generation than, you know, Bobby Darin singing Splish Splash. So it just kind of, it resonated with me, I guess, on that level. I had played in like folk capacities as a teenager with long hair and a guitar. Didn't really want to do that anymore. But I got to the age where I'd been kind of making some beats and writing some raps, and I figured if I don't do this now, I'm gonna never do it. I'll be 50 and I'll look back and say, oh, I should have done that. So I kind of just said, it's time to either do this or stop pretending you're gonna do it. And yeah, I just kind of forced my own hand and went for it. What separates me from other Halifax hip hop artists? Being kind of a hip hop academic, I really kind of gravitate to the notion that hip hop should represent who you are and where you're from specifically. So no two people can really tell the same story. I'm different from other people in the sense that I am quite different from other people. I mean, I have my own sensibilities based on being a musician as a child, playing in folk bands and things when I was a teenager. All these things have kind of culminated into what I do now, which kind of draws a lot of that stuff in. So I sing on a lot of my songs. I use kind of orchestral arrangements on a lot of things. I tend to be a little weirder. I bring poetry into it. I'm a spoken word artist as well as a hip hop guy, so I try and bring poetry into rap lyricism as much as I put rap lyricism into spoken word poetry. So I don't know, it's, I just kind of do my own thing, and some people like it, some people don't, and I do it anyway, because I'm happy with it. Oh God. I have debates with my son all the time about favorite this and that, and he always wants to know what my favorite thing is. And especially with music, I have a hard time picking 1 or 5 or 10. I like music as a whole, and I try to make music a part of my life. So I love, you know, Miles Davis. I love Leonard Cohen. I love Ice Cube. I like Rachmaninoff. I mean, I like all the things that music as a whole kind of brings to my life. So choosing one artist as being kind of the one person that I really like more than any other is, it always just feels limiting. Yeah, my son is 8 years old. His name is Jack. When he was 4, he decided that his rap name was going to be Shooty Boo. So that's how he goes now. He's Shooty Boo. And yeah, he's pretty fantastic. He likes rap in so much as it's kind of what his daddy does. I think he likes heavy metal a bit more. But yeah, like he likes to beatbox and freestyle, and yeah, we've recorded a few things together, and yeah, he likes playing around with it, and I absolutely love sharing that with him, so yeah. The track that I put him on was one about, it was from my album that was about kind of the fallout from my divorce, and I had a little recording device on the day that he and his mother were moving out, and he was sitting there with my guitar playing, just kind of strumming the strings and singing Twinkle Twinkle, and at the end he said, "Daddy's gone." And it was brutal and heartbreaking, but I totally got it on tape, so I'm like, oh, I gotta use that. And then the song turned out to be one about kind of missing those kind of creative moments with him. And so I had him, he did all the DJ scratching on that track, and he did a little bit of beatboxing on it, and we've got him kind of shouting out all of his favorite colors as I'm talking about his paintings on the fridge and things like that. So yeah, it was fun. I like kind of sticking him in someplace, all these little things I do, so yeah. I have no idea why he goes by Shooty Boo. I think he just kind of liked the sound of it, and I think it sounds like some kind of Atlanta rapper who might just take you out. Like, Shooty Boo that's one of the greatest rap names I've ever heard. Yeah, well, I mean, having a kid definitely impacts your life in a practical sense. Things like touring and staying out till 3 o'clock in the morning playing shows. That becomes a little harder to do. So just out of necessity as a father, I've not, been able to, and I've chosen not to do a lot of those things. On the other hand, you have a kid and you're looking at him and he's looking at you, and you feel like, you have to put a certain amount of work into what you're doing and make it respectable. And, he's gonna listen to this stuff someday, and I hope he's proud of me and not hideously embarrassed by the things that I've done. So yeah, I mean, it's all good. There are definitely things you have to consider that, as a parent, you aren't able to do as fully anymore, but all the rewards completely balance that out. So I get to freestyle cypher with my 8-year-old son. You can't top that.
People with white in it, and red and orange and blue and white and again and black and black, white, green, red, pink, brown, orange and blue.
Torn sheets, caked in grease, its pre-geometry increases in every piece. And I'm speechless, deciphering signals in a signature style. Tradition is wild, I'm living in them just for a while. I'm in a state of denial, the fine line, minds find a rhyme. A bit of reason, believe it. These are treasonous times, I've been defeated by surprise and rise up the most high. Ultraviolet black light, and I will try to survive, but there is nothing here to work with. And I can't figure out why things ever seem so perfect. I'm on a deserted island and forgot to pack the discs. I exist in the midst of these wax and marker glyphs. I'll rip them down last, together a rap, piece together a better map, and try to find my way back to the shore so sore they don't exist anymore. I'm sitting on the floor wishing that I could see them more.
Where